here was a young girl living in the projects who had a friend who was handicapped, and the friend who was handicapped was taken advantage of in the housing project, and the young girl became her defender. And when someone one time tried to rape the girl, and her little defender pulled a knife on the guy and chased him off, that the two of them were tight friends in a pretty horrific situation in a housing project. This picture here and several of the others on the wall are from a series that was called Homes Without Fathers. It was based on a Census Department statistic in 1983 that for the first time, more African American children were being born out of wedlock than in two-parent households. A lot of people were upset that when the series ran, that it was racist on the part of the newspaper to be pointing out that kids were being born out of wedlock. I thought and have always felt that when you start censoring, self-censoring because of political correctness, you're actually damaging and being more hurtful to your readership than if you just give them the facts. The girl on the right was had deformed arms, and the little girl on the left had become her defender in the housing projects. And the little girl one time had actually gone after someone with a knife who was bothering the girl that was handicapped. Some of the stories that we worked on that series were tough. They were tough to read, I'm sure. But I have always felt that when political correctness seeps into your product, you're not doing anyone a good service. This is a photograph of Ignatius O'Connor, who was this old gentleman standing outside of Faneuil Hall in Boston. A lot of times the photographs you like the best aren't photographs you did while you were working. I happened to be in Boston, and I walked by this man standing by himself on a very cold day, and I wanted to take his portrait. When I had an assignment to shoot a party one day, I went and I was grumbling about having to do it. And when I got there, it looked like any other party, but there was some artwork on the walls. And this one woman went up to look at the artwork, and it made an interesting photograph. So you never know the assignments that you want to do the least sometimes would produce the best photographs. Pictures of the year competition for newspapers that took third place. They were having a seafood festival in Baltimore, so they sent me to City Hall. The mayor had agreed to be in a photograph to promote the seafood festival. What he didn't know was his assistant was very cheap and had gone to the fish market and gotten fish that they were ready to throw away. Fish and crabs they were ready to throw away. So when I went into the ceremonial room at City Hall, Mayor William Schaefer was in there, and they brought out a cooler, and they opened the cooler up, and it almost knocked us all over because of the smell of the fish. It had started to turn pretty fishy. But the mayor was always a good sport and loved any kind of publicity. So even though the fish wasn't the best in the world, he said nobody's going to be able to tell that in a still photograph. So he hammed it up with the fish and the seafood for the photograph. So it's playing around with on a windy day at Fort McHenry. So I figured the same way you have trouble getting a picture of a boat that has any kind of energy, getting a picture of a flag generally is pretty static. So I played with double exposure, the big flag at Fort McHenry, and a few of the frames worked, but I thought it made for a very nice graphic. This was a 4th of July parade back around 1980, I want to say. But I love the pride and honesty of this portrait. Whenever you're out photographing things, I used to try to find what I would call note cards, and it would be to find an image of something that might be a detail. These were rolls of steel, Bethlehem steel. The one in the foreground was orange because it had already started to rust. And in the background, the fresh steel coming out of the mill hadn't started to oxidize yet. This is the bow of a half-sunken boat in Baltimore's Inner Harbor. It just struck me that the color was very vibrant. So even something that's falling apart can still have a beauty and a richness of color. This is a horse training facility up in Harford County. I believe it's called Fair Hill. And they usually would send us up there before the Preakness to talk to some horse people and get some pics of different horses working out.